Hello and welcome to another uAttend by Chronologic YouTube tutorial. My name is James and I am part of the support team for the uAttend system. Today we will be covering using Recalculate and what it does. So essentially, the first thing we need to do is go to time cards. You can see I've got here my two employees. So if I go to James Test, so this is my time card for this current week, which is the 31st of the 10th to the 6th of the 11th. You can see I haven't done much so far. I've clocked into the reception department at 10:34 and I'm still working at present. Now you might be wondering what the point of using the recalculate button is. So first of all, I'll show you where to find it. All you need to do is scroll down to the bottom and you've got a few options on the right, one of them being recalculate. So the point of using recalculate is it's incredibly important. Essentially, if you make any adjustments to your account, whether that's the department settings, so the roundings, the deductions, the overtime, the night shifts, or any adjustments to your settings, such as changing the pay period or the time format, the minute format, whether it's decimal, anything like that, can and will affect the times and data that is presented on the time cards, not just here, but also in the reports as well. Whenever you make these kinds of changes, and particularly companies in the early days while they get to grips with using uAttend, will make these changes quite frequently to make sure that the data they are getting is what they require. As these changes will affect these time cards, you must recalculate all time cards individually to make sure that they are up to date. So if I press recalculate, what this is going to do is it is going to bring all of the data you see on the time card up to date for that employee. So if I go to time cards, you will notice that I've got David Test as well. So whilst I have recalculated James, I've not recalculated David. So I will need to go in and use recalculate on David. And you'll see here, I don't have any data here, so it's kind of pointless me pressing recalculate, but I'm just showing you this as an example. So if I press recalculate, that is now recalculated and it's ready to go with all the new settings that I've created. I'm just going to click time cards. You may notice that we do not have a global recalculate feature. There is a very good reason for this, and that is because sometimes the changes do not need to be applied to every user. So if you do change a specific rounding, you may not want that rounding to affect the existing settings that were already applied. And in that case, you would not recalculate, which is why we don't have a global recalculate. It must be done individually. If you were ever on the reports tab and you were looking at, say, a time card report, and you thought that someone's hours were particularly low or not showing up, this is where you would then go back to the time card and investigate those employees' hours for the pay period. If they seem to be correct, then you can always click recalculate to ensure that they definitely are up to date. This will then allow you to go back to the time card, run the report again, and the hours should then be corrected. If you're still unsure and you may not be completely satisfied with the results that you're seeing and need some explanation, please give the support team a call on 01761 410084 and we can break this down to you in smaller components and explain to you how your system has reached this calculation. But before doing so, we do advise that you recalculate the affected employees to ensure that their hours are up to date and rerun any reports that you were running. Thanks for listening. I hope you found this video useful. Remember to like this video by clicking the thumbs up and subscribe for more content. You can find out more information on how to get in touch with us in the video description down below.